Welcome to today's video. Today we're just going to be getting ready and chatting, and that's about it. I'm going to be applying the L'Oreal Fresh Wear Foundation, and I feel ridiculous because I'm pretty sure that I had been calling this Fresh Water Foundation for like a month. And then I heard someone refer to it as Fresh Wear, and I looked at the label and I was like, really, Lisa? So I'm going to be applying this, which I absolutely love, spoiler alert. And I'm also going to be playing with one of these two palettes, the Physicians Formula Butter palettes. I got my hands on both of them. I think I'm going to do the Sultry Nights one because the colors are just speaking to me a little bit more. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get started, shall we? My lips are extremely dry right now, so I don't have any lip balm, so I'm just going to put some gloss on them so they are not super painful to look at as you watch me apply my makeup. Okay, so this foundation, I love it. I've been wearing it for weeks. I don't really know if I need to do a review on it because I love it so much and I've been pretty outspoken about it. I have this shade 460. I love it. It has an SPF of 25. What I love most about it is it's so lightweight and it's so beautiful. Like it just looks so pretty and light on the skin, but it gives great coverage. It doesn't like sit in any dry patches or magnify texture on the skin. It makes the skin look really, really healthy and hydrated. And I have needed that desperately the last maybe 2 months. Austin is kind of funky, you know, like one day it's 30 degrees, the next day it's 70 degrees. So my skin has been trying to adjust to that. But this foundation is so beautiful. I'm gonna trade mirrors. This mirror is super magnified and it's hard for me to focus in it. I think this color is a perfect match for me too. It's quite a bit different than my actual face, but it blends perfectly to my body. So I want to update you guys on BK Beauty because I know I kind of talked about it back in December when we launched the BK Beauty tea, and I kind of teased you guys and said that I'd be having more announcements over the next couple of months to come. And so I just want to give you guys an update. I don't have too much of an update, but we are working on something really exciting. I think ideally we're looking at like a summer launch. So it's going to be several more months, unfortunately, but I have been extremely, extremely picky about our product and defining exactly what I want and what I not only would want to buy as a consumer, but as a makeup artist. You know, I feel like I have such high standards because I have that makeup artist background that I see a lot of stuff, a lot of brands that come out with things that are great and people love them, customers love them, and I get them and I'm kind of like, I don't know, I just have really high standards. And so it's been a little bit more of a process kind of finding our partners to work with in our manufacturer, but I am 99% sure we have found them and we are excited and that's where we're at. But when we're looking at the timeline, it's looking like ideally the soonest would be summertime. So I just wanted to give you guys an update, but we are definitely still very actively working on that. So, oh, this foundation is so pretty, so beautiful. Oh, toot, you know what I forgot to do? I wanted to apply the Strivectin primer and I completely forgot. Darn, I'll have to do that in the next video. And you don't need much foundation. Like I applied an entire pump and I still have a little bit left there on my hand that I'm not gonna use. I've really gotten out of the habit of just applying, you know, if I pump out a whole pump, I'll use it because either I don't wanna waste or I don't have something to wipe it off, but I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just applying what I need, and if I have leftover foundation, so be it. But I just find that it's better than, you know, over applying just for the sake of using up what you've pumped out. Okay, so now I desperately need some concealer now that I've perfected the face and my eyes just look a little more dark. So I'm gonna go in with the Cover FX Power Play Concealer. I really like this concealer a lot. It is more on the hydrating side, I think, than some other concealers. I compared this to the Shape Tape when it first launched, which they're really not much to compare to. They're not very similar. This does give great coverage, but it is definitely more hydrating than the Shape Tape. And I'm gonna use a beauty blender to apply it. Okay, so if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you might have missed this announcement. Sephora is launching a new program. I think this year is the first year to do it. It's called Sephora Squad, and they are recruiting like influencers to work with over the year, and we basically have to apply. We have to submit this application, and then we are asked to ask our followers to give us testimonials to Sephora, telling Sephora, you know, what you love about our content. So it's just one question that they ask you. It's really quick. You can be as brief or as detailed as you want, but your testimonials really, really help. So I'm going to leave a link down below in the description box if you feel the desire to submit a testimonial, I would so appreciate it. The program launched yesterday, and I put something on Instagram asking for help, and I was blown away by the response. Seriously blown away. I got an email this morning from Sephora with like how many testimonials I got, and I was literally blown away, you guys. Thank you so much for everyone that submitted a testimonial. Like it really means so much to me, so I appreciate that. It's like I think it's a month-long contest, so I'll probably be asking a few more times, but I'll leave a link down below if you would like to leave a testimonial. Oh, that foundation is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. I love it. It's a favorite for sure, a favorite drugstore foundation for sure. All right, then I'm gonna set everything, and I'm just gonna use this Danessa Myricks powder. It's a loose powder, and it's really sheer, very lightweight. I'm gonna just apply this with a big, fluffy foundation brush. So nice. It just sets everything, but it doesn't really take away from the finish of the foundation. All right, next we're gonna go in with bronzer, and I'm gonna use this Marc Jacobs bronzer that I have in my hand because I love it. And we are just going to dust that in the hollows of the cheek to give some warmth to the face. I'm also just going to kind of run it on the nose a little bit. Okay, to fill in my brows, I'm going to use the NYX Micro Brow. I think it's what this is called. It's Precision Brow is what it's called. I should know that. I love this product. I'm just going to fill my brows in. I think I might need to go back in for a microblade touch-up. I just had one maybe 6 or 7 months ago, but I think I should have gone a little darker. So microblading will fade quicker if you spend more time out in the sun, and also if you use certain skincare products that can lighten the pigment, which I'm sure I do because I put so much on my face, and I don't really follow those rules that they give you to be careful with. So I feel like it's fading a little bit faster than it did last time. All right, so today is Valentine's Day. What are you guys up to today? By the time this goes up, it'll be a week late though, but our plans are pretty low-key. We are gonna go, Paul's gonna take the girls to Whole Foods, and they're gonna pick out like a special dinner. I think we're gonna do crab cakes and a arugula salad and just kind of something special. And then he's gonna bring them back and they're gonna cook dinner together. Brooklyn is really into cooking lately. She loves watching cooking shows and she always wants to cook or bake. So I think that they'll enjoy that. And we're just gonna get a movie, maybe let the kids stay up a little bit later tonight, even though it's a school night. And that's our plans. And I would not change a thing about it. We stopped going out for Valentine's Day a long time ago, I feel like, because every time we'd go out, we were so disappointed with the service. We'd go somewhere, and of course it was Valentine's Day, so they had reservations booked like every hour, and I always felt rushed, and we always got a small table, and it just never was a good experience. The menu was always limited, so we just decided to give that up. Okay, for my eyeliner primer, I'm using this primer by Jane Iredale. This was actually sent to me, so thank you, Jane Iredale. I've never tried their primers. This is the Smooth Affair for Eyes eyeshadow primer, and the shade is Naked, and I'm going to show you. So it comes in this little pot. It's a cream. It looks to be pretty sheer cream. It's not a heavy cream. I'm going to rub it on my hand so you can see. It's really sheer. Like I'm kind of really having to dig and build it. And that's what I get. Very transparent. That's layered about 3 or 4 times. So it does look like it. Let me see how this applies. I'm just going to use my finger and see how this applies on the eye. Let's see if this could be worn alone. Okay, so this could be worn alone as an eyeshadow, it looks like, but it's very light. I'm going to take that back. I definitely think it's a primer that you layer shadow on top of. It does brighten the lid a little bit, so if you have a darker lid or veins on your lid that are real apparent, it'll give some brightness, and it's got a tad shimmer to it, but it doesn't really look like a cream shadow, in my opinion. It could possibly be that. I did not look anything up online when I put this on. It could very well be that. It says a Smooth Affair for Eyes eyeshadow primer, so I'm sure it is a cream shadow, but to me, I need a little bit more color. So it does give a nice little brightening effect, but we are gonna layer shadow over it today because we're gonna play with these palettes. I don't know why it was hard for me to find these. I've actually had these for a few weeks, so I'm sure they're very available now, but when I was searching for these, I couldn't find them in store. I had to order them online, and I got both the Tropical Days and the Sultry Nights. I love the Physicians Formula Butter line. I love the scent of these. It just smells like a vacation to me. And it looks like I have everything in here to complete a full look. This is what the palette looks like. It has a little eyeshadow applicator that will just go up in the trash because I never ever use these, but a good mix of shades. You have your more deeper, like sultry shades here. You've got this blue shimmery with a little bit of green. You've got a black here. You've got that dark purple on the bottom, and then you move over here to the more neutrals. These look like they could work really well for day, or they could complement any of these more bold colors for night. So let's play. All right, so to blend the crease out, I'm gonna use the Sigma Tapered Blending E35 brush. And I'm just gonna go in, which to me looks like the obvious transition color here, right here. I'm not sure what shade that is. It's called Beach Beige. The formula looks really creamy. Let's see how they apply. Nice pigment payoff, easy to blend, very consistent. It doesn't go on patchy. Well, that's nice. I like that color too. It's like the perfect level of depth. Not too dark, but it definitely shows up. You don't really have to build it a whole lot. This would obviously be much darker on someone that's more fair, but I think for anyone that's a medium to a tan skin tone, this one would be a really good transition color. So I'm just gonna kind of work that into the crease. For timing's sake, I'm just gonna do one eye and then I'll go do the other eye off camera. I'm trying to be more concise with my videos. Okay. Ooh, that's really nice. I might build upon that, but we're gonna leave that there for now. Okay, so next I'm gonna go in with this dark brown and we're gonna just pop that in the outer corner. I'm using a special brush. It is more tapered, has a pointier tip. As you can see, the shape really allows for you to get right there in that crease and create more precision, but it's also still fluffy, so it kind of blends out. This is just like a makeup artist's dream brush, in my opinion. And it's not available yet, but it might be later this year. All right, so I'm gonna work that in, Perfect. So I just built upon that initial color, added more depth to it, and kept it concentrated on the outer corner. Okay, I kind of want to do something a little unexpected. I know you guys are probably expecting me to go in here with like a lighter shade, but let's do something fun. I'm going to go in there with that green shade right there, and I'm going to pop that on the eyelid. And I'm kind of tempted to use my finger, but I'm not. I'm going to use a brush so I'm just using a small brush. This is the 272 by MAC. I'm not even sure if they still make this brush. But I'm gonna load it up on its side and we are gonna go and pack that on. Okay, so it's darker than I expected. I mean, I knew it would be a dark shade, but I kind of thought it would be more golden kind of green. I mean, look, doesn't that look a little brighter than it looks on my eye? Let me use my finger and see if I get a more, okay, so this is definitely chunkier. This is not as creamy as the matte to apply. Okay, so that's a little bit better. Okay, I'm kind of nervous about this because this is real chunky. It is beautiful. This color is beautiful, but it is real chunky. So I think a fingertip is the best approach for sure. Wow, that color is beautiful. It's unique. It's not your standard green. Okay, that is really nice. Okay, I want to kind of dust off any fallout that I might have before it has time to stain my foundation. Okay, we're just gonna do that there. I'll clean that up in a minute, but I wanna leave some powder there to catch. Okay, so next I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It's just this light kind of champagne shade, and we are gonna pop that in the inner corner to brighten that up a little bit. I left that inner corner tear duct bare. I didn't wanna take the green all the way over there because I do like to brighten that inner corner to kind of open my eyes a little bit more. Now, if you'll notice, there is a big contrast between this light color and this green color. A big, big contrast. I don't want that. I want it to have more of a seamless blend. So I'm gonna kind of take my brush and just work it over into that green and just kind of go back and forth. So what I'm doing is I'm taking that lighter color and really working it into where it meets the green. So there's not this harsh line of, you know, silver, white, and then green, which is not cute. So I'm just going back and forth, which is also taking some of that green over a little bit. Perfect. So there's a better blend of those two colors together. Okay, next I'm gonna go and line my eyes, and I'm just gonna use the Kat Von D Tattoo liner. It's my favorite go-to liner. I gently close my eyes and I just kind of rest the pen on its side, and I create little soft sketches with the pen. And then right when I get to the outer corner, I don't bring it all the way down. If I were to bring it all the way down, it's gonna pull my eye down. I want to kind of elongate that and create more of a, I guess a cat eye, kind of more of an almond eye. So right before I get to the point where my eye turns down, I am just gonna take this line and I'm gonna pull it out. And I'm not gonna panic. I'm not gonna like hold my brush so still and precise and hold my breath. I'm just gonna have a nice like loose little sweep. And then I'm gonna come down here to the inner corner and I'm gonna connect. And then I've got this little place to fill in. It's like a little triangle. And I'm going to fill that in with my pencil, or not my pencil, my pen. And as you can see, I now have a nice kind of soft little black baby wing. Okay, for my lower lash line, I'm going to first line my lower lash line with a pencil, and I'm using the Urban Decay 24/7 shade in Bourbon. And I'm just going to create a nice kind of chunky line, and I'm gonna stop about midway through. This is a really rich, pretty bronze with some copper flecks to it. So it's not a dark like black brown. It's kind of more of a medium brown with some sparkle to it. Then I'm actually gonna take the shade that I used in my crease, this shade here, and we're gonna apply that on top, just kind of smoke it out. Even though it's lighter because we have this dark liner there, it's still gonna give me a dark smoky look. If I were to go in with something really dark, it almost would be too dark for my eye, too heavy. I want kind of like this smoky, diffused lower lash line. So I'm using a real precise brush, but you could even go back in with a brush like this, like a fluffier brush, and even like soften that edge out even more and create a really pretty diffused liner. Okay, so we're about here with the eyeshadow. I'm gonna go in and do the other eye and I'll be right back. So here's the finished eye makeup. I did go in and add the Dior Lash Primer, and then for mascara, I used the L'Oreal Unlimited Mascara. This is amazing, you guys. I love this mascara. And then I did go in and add a brow highlight, which you can probably tell here, and I just went in from the palette and added this. So I was able to complete a complete eye look with this palette. Crease, brow highlight, lid color, accent color, everything. So that is a bonus. I feel like sometimes palettes are either lacking a good brow highlight, like either the color is way too shimmery or way too dark, or they're missing a good transition color. Like it's either too light or it's too dark. And I feel like this palette really did kind of nail both of those. So let's go and apply blush. I'm gonna be trying this new blush by Jane Iredale. Well, it's not new probably to the brand, but it's new to me. And the shade, let me open it. I really like their packaging. It's just really like shiny and lightweight. Very sophisticated looking. Oh, okay, it's pretty pink. We're gonna play with this. I hope it's not too pink. Wow, that looks like it picked up a lot of color. I'm kind of a little nervous. Okay, I'm just gonna press it on my hand to kind of blot it a little bit. Let's see how this applies. I don't want too much pink on my cheeks because the eyes are really bold. I want the cheeks to be very subtle and flushed. It might be a little too bright for this particular eye look. Like I think this might be better paired with a softer, more neutral eye. But it's nice, it's pretty, it's a pretty color. It has a little bit of a sheen, but nothing shimmery or glittery or sparkly. I'm just gonna kind of sheer it out. I think maybe a peachy blush would have paired better with this look, but this pink is gonna work. If you ever feel like you've applied too much blush, I like to go in with a clean powder brush and just kind of go over everything and soften it. Think of it as like an eraser. Think of a clean makeup brush as an eraser. You can do this on the cheeks, you can do it on the eyes. Anytime you take a brush that is clean, that's like fluffy, it'll kind of soften and almost erase and correct any over application. Pretty, I think the blush works. For lips, I already have that lip gloss on and I'm gonna leave it because it's pretty sheer, but I'm gonna go on top of it with a Physicians Formula Butter lipstick. This is the shade Pinkini, and I like this. I've been wearing it for a little while. I picked it up when I picked up the palettes in the foundation. It's really nice. It doesn't really have a strong like coconut smell to me. Of course, I am a little nasally, so I could just be missing it. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at how pretty and rich that color is. It feels incredible. It feels so comfortable and moisturizing on the lips. Now, I didn't apply a lip liner, so I'm just gonna kind of press my lips together and hope that it blends everything out nicely. All right, and that's the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this get ready with me. I like the way the makeup came out. It's definitely darker than I normally wear. I usually like a lighter color on my lid, but I do like the way this looks. Even though that green is a bold color, it's still an earth tone color, so it's still pretty neutral. And this lip is really nice. It's like a good mid-tone shade. It's not too light, but it's definitely not on the bright or bold side either. I feel like it makes the lips look really healthy and hydrated. It feels good. It has more color than I expected these to. I expected these to be more sheer, like a balm, but they certainly are not. They're more like the texture of a balm. It's like a balm, a lip gloss, and a lipstick together. I mean, honestly, that's kind of what it feels like in the payoff that it gets. So really, really happy with this look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I'm gonna leave that link for the Sephora Squad testimonials if you feel inclined to leave one. I would so appreciate it. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!